The 33rd Division was an infantry division of the Imperial Japanese Army. Its call sign was the Bow Division. The 33rd Division was raised in Utsunomiya, Tochigi prefecture, simultaneously with 32nd, 34th, 35th, 36th and 37th Divisions. Its headquarters were initially in Sendai. It was raised from conscripts largely from the northern Kanto prefectures of Tochigi, Ibaraki and Gunma. Action. Initially the 33rd Division was assigned to the 11th Army in central China and sent to Hubei. It saw combat at the First Battle of Changsha from the 14th of September 1939. In April 1941, the 33rd Division was transferred to Shanxi, and its reconnaissance regiment was disbanded. The 33rd Division was transferred to the 15th Army on 6 November 1941, and took part in the invasion of British Burma, under Lieutenant General Shozo Sakurai. Initially 33rd Division have landed in Bangkok in January 1942 and proceed inland. It lost a battalion at the Battle of Yenang-yong, but completed the conquest of Burma in May 1942 nonetheless. Later in December 1942, the 33rd Division was instrumental to defeat an Allied forces in the Arakan Campaign 1942-43. Battle of Imphal. As the Burma Railway was officially complete 25 October 1943, the Japanese command in Burma had been reorganized. A new headquarters, Burma Area Army, was created under Lieutenant General Masakazu Kawabe. One of its subordinate formations, responsible for the central part of the front facing British India in Nagaland and Assam, was the 15th Army, whose new commander was Lieutenant General Renya Taguchi. At the same time, Lieutenant General Shozo Sakurai was promoted to command the 28th Army in southern Burma. His command of the 33rd Division was succeeded by Lieutenant General Motoso Yanagita. Renya Taguchi's plan was to have the 33rd Division destroy the Indian 17th Infantry Division at Tedam, then attack Imphal from the south, an action known as Operation Yugo. The 33rd Division Infantry Group HQ, under Major General Tsunoru Yamamoto, formed Yamamoto Force, composed of units of the Japanese 33rd and 15th Divisions which would destroy the Indian 20th Infantry Division at Tamu, then attack Imphal from the east. Meanwhile, the 15th Division under Lieutenant General Masafumi Yamauchi would envelop Imphal from the north, while in a separate subsidiary operation, the 31st Division under Lieutenant General Kotoku Sato would isolate Imphal by capturing nearby Kohima. All Renya Taguchi's divisional commanders disagreed with the plan to some extent, and Motoso Yanagita openly derided him as an imbecile. In the opening stages of the Battle of Imphal, the 33rd Division cut off the Indian 17th Division under Major General Cowan. The Japanese 215th Regiment under Colonel Masahiko Sasahara captured a supply dump at milestone 109, 20 miles behind Cowan's leading outposts. The Japanese 214th Regiment under Colonel Takanobu Sakuma seized Tongzang and a ridge named Uitam Saddle across the only road, a few miles behind the Indian 17th Division's position. However, they were unable to dig in properly before they were hit by the Indian 48th Brigade on the 18th of March 1944, taking heavy casualties. Fighting around milestone 109 was even more severe. In early April 1944, the 33rd Division attacked from the south at Bishanpur, where they cut a secondary track from Silchar into the plain. Motoso Yanagita was already pessimistic and depressed by his failure to trap the Indian 17th Division. He had also been rattled by a garbled radio message which suggested that one of his regiments had been destroyed at milestone 109. He therefore advanced cautiously. By doing so, he may have lost a chance to gain success, as Bishanpur was held only by Indian 32 Brigade and the Indian 17th Infantry Division was resting after its retreat. Ranyamu Taguchi removed him from command. In early May 1944, the British counter-attacked. None of the Japanese divisions had received adequate supplies since the offensive began, and some of the troops were starving, others were sick with malaria, and most were low on ammunition. Although there was now no realistic hope of success, Ranyamu Taguchi ordered renewed attacks. 33rd Division, reinforced in June 1944 by battalions from the 53rd and 54th Divisions and under a new forceful commander, Lieutenant General Nobuo Tanaka, launched fierce attacks on the Indian 17th Division's positions at Bishanpur 20th of May 1944, but failed to break through, suffering 70% casualties by the June 1944. By the 2nd of June 1944, Ranyamu Taguchi's divisional commanders refused to make a renewed attacks on Imphal, as they were in no condition to comply. Ranyamu Taguchi finally ordered the offensive to be broken off on the 3rd of July 1944. The Japanese fell back to the Chindwin River, abandoning their artillery, transport, and soldiers too sick to walk. The defeat at Kohima and Imphal was the largest defeat to that date in Japanese history. They had suffered 55,000 casualties, including 13,500 dead. Later operations in Burma, the division was rebuilt to a strength of about 10,000. When the Allies launched their offensive into central Burma, the Japanese withdrew behind the Irrawaddy River. A rearguard from 33rd Division took heavy losses defending the river port of Moniwa on the Chindwin River. During opening stages of the Battle of Pokoku and Irrawaddy River operations in February to March 1945, after the Allies crossed the Irrawaddy River, 33rd Division defended the vital river port of Mangyan. It was not directly attacked, as the Allied bridgeheads were east and west of the positions. The division held Mangyan until most of 15th Army were already in full retreat. The 33rd Division suffered further casualties while retreating southward. At the end of the war, the division had moved to Molmein in southern Burma.